Welcome children to the video lectures of Social Science Standard 10th. Today we are going to start a new chapter from our geography section, that is chapter number 10, India Agriculture. So in this particular chapter we are going to study about the agriculture sector of India. We have been studying from last few years that India is an agrarian country, means India is mainly dependent on agriculture. So what type of crops are grown into India? What are the seasons that are mainly responsible for the agriculture that is done into India? And other factors related to agriculture will be studied into this particular chapter. So let us start. Since ancient times, agriculture have remained a prime economic activity. Prime means main economic activity of most of the people in India. Even today also, support of Indian economy is agriculture. See, today also main support of Indian economy is agriculture, and that's why India is considered as an agrarian country. Agriculture is an important resource of India. About 60% of the labor power is engaged in agriculture. 60% of the laborers are engaged into agriculture activities. Besides supplying food to the people of India, raw materials, see, not only it provides food to the people of India, but provides raw material for many industries also come from agriculture. Agriculture occupy about 22% of national income. See, it provides about 22% of national income. Crops and other farm products hold about 18% contribution in export. See, the things which are exported, out of that 18% is related to crops and farm products. And due to this, there is earns huge foreign exchange, and it gets a lot of foreign exchange too. The Indian economy is mainly dependent on agriculture. Thus, India is an agrarian country. This helps us to tell that India is an agrarian country. In most of the areas in India, two or more crops annually can be taken. See, two or more crops annually can be taken due to the factors. Which factor? Fertile lands, favorable climate for the round year, irrigation, skilled and hardworking farmers, etc. So these are some of the factors due to which more than two crops can be taken in a year. Even the progress of in the field of agriculture is not sufficient. See, in spite of all this thing, the progress in the field of agriculture is not sufficient. It is not enough. The farmers are generally poor. See, most of the time it happens that they are generally poor and uneducated. Agriculture products in India are much less in compared to the world. The production, is very less in compared to the world due to the reasons like inadequate facility of irrigation, irregular and uncertainty to rain, more population, large families. Farms, no interest in experimentation. They don't experiment much things. Less usage of chemical fertilizers. The usage of chemical fertilizer is very less in compared to the other parts of the world. Modern machinery and scientific approach of cultivation. They don't have any scientific approach of cultivation. They don't experiment. They don't follow new things that are available into the agriculture sector. Next, educated mass opting away from agriculture. Most of the people who are educated, they don't go for such kind of agriculture sectors. Instead, they go for other jobs and that thing. And due to this, the production into the agriculture is less in compared to the other parts of the world. The so-called lower status for the agriculture society, and that's why they consider it as a lower status in comparison to the other jobs and other sectors. Now we'll study about types of farming. The socio-economic condition of the people of India, administrative policies and the entire Indian economy are associated with agriculture. Farmings are classified according to the irrigation methods. Farming is classified according to irrigation methods. farm outputs and economic returns. So as per that, we will see the types of farming. First, subsistence farming. Okay, now what kind of farming is this? See, after independence, many agriculture development projects are implemented. Yet, the economic condition of Indian farmers are very weak even today. Costly seeds, fertilizers, and use of insecticides are not affordable for small farm holdings. Today also it is one of the problems for small farmers. The farm product is just sufficient for his family and is consumed in the maintenance of the family. Okay, so the production which is done from his farm is only sufficient for his family and is consumed by its family only. Thus, this is called subsistence farming. So that helps to sustain that particular family, and that's why it's called the subsistence farming. So even today, Indian agriculture is considered to be an activity of life maintenance only. They don't get any profit out of it, and it is just for the maintenance of the family, and that's why this type of farming is also done. That is mainly done by the small farmers who have a very small farm with them. Second kind of farming is dry farming. Now from the name it suggests that it will be done in areas where the rainfall will be less. When the rainfall is inadequate, irrigation facilities are less there, farming is dependent only on rain. Only one crop is taken, say. As per the previous paragraph, more than two crops are taken into most of the part of the country. But in this part where the rainfall is less and only irrigation facilities they are dependent on, right, then only one crop is taken through the humidity accumulated within the land. This is known as dry farming. Okay, and this type of farming is known as dry. What kind of crop or which crops are grown? The crops like jowar, millet, pulses, which require less water, are grown here. In Gujarat, wheat and gram are grown in humid soil after monsoon is over. So this is dry farming, where only the dry crops or crops which need less water are grown. Third type of farming is wet farming. Now again, from the name it suggests that it will be needing a lot of water. Wet farming is carried out in regions with heavy rainfall and adequate facilities of irrigation. If there is no rainfall, if it is sufficient, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation. Whereas what kind of crops? Then paddy, sugarcane, cotton, wheat and vegetables are grown here. Now you can see the difference between these two. Here, okay, what is the main factor? Then the humidity accumulated in the land, and here it is mainly on the rainfall. So here more water is available in wet farming, while in dry farming the availability of water is less. Next type of farming is called zoom farming or shifting cultivation. Here forests are burned and cleared. What is done here? Forests are burned and cleared. The farming is carried out there. The farming takes place 2 or 3 years. What they do is they do the farming there for 2 to 3 years. When soil fertility is reduced, that area is abandoned. Okay, they don't do anything to retain the soil fertility, but they just do the farming. And after few years, when the fertility of that area will be lost, they abandon, means they leave that area, and the same method is applied to the other place and they start farming at other place. This is called zoom cultivation. See, what is the name? Zoom cultivation. Cereals or vegetables are grown in such type of agriculture. This type of production is less in this type. So shifting cultivation is also known as shed, burn and leave. Okay, first they shed the trees, means cut down the trees, then they burn it, okay, so that the residue or the ash can be used as fertilizers, and third, they leave that particular place after a few years. That's why it is also known as shed, burn and leave agriculture. Next type of is planting agriculture. This is a special type of agriculture. However, here rubber, tea, coffee, cocoa, coconut, apple, mango, orange, grapes, amla, lemon, khakha, okay, etc. are grown. What is grown here? Then these are some of the crops that are taken here. It is necessary that there should be more capital investment. This is a very capital intensive. This is a capital intensive. Capital intensive means we will need more money. Okay. Skill. It will need special skills and technical knowledge, machines, fertilizers, and protection on all sides, and transport facilities will also be needed. So plantation agriculture is not an easy type of agriculture. It will need lot of skills and money too. The sixth type of agriculture is intensive farming. Intensive farming is mechanized way of farming through utilization of increased irrigation, use of chemical fertilizer, insecticides, and other machinery. In simple words, it is the use of all the facilities possible available in the maximum way. Cash crops are grown more in this type of farming. The per hectare production has increased. Per hectare production have increased very much here, and the area sown under these crops are increased. Okay, so this is a very good type of farming where all the possible opportunities are taken and the farming is done. As more importance is given to economic returns in this type farming, it is also known as commercial farming. So you have to remember, intensive farming is also known as commercial farming. Right. Now we will study about the farming methods into the next video lecture.